Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing so y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, there's things that I talk about from time to time, just because, right? It's because they should be talked about. Like fighters like Demetrius Andrade. I just mentioned just for GP because, he's been done wrong, right? If he wasn't in New Russia, things would have just went totally different for this guy, right? And people just come and say dumb narratives like he made bad business decisions, and it's not. He was just good. That was what his only problem was. He was good. If he was whack, he would have got more fights. It's really that simple. But people can just say dumb stuff and then follow narratives of others. Ain't no such thing as no wrong business decision. If you got titles, then somebody's supposed to be wanting to get them. That's just so how just a short version of Demetrius Andrade and other stuff. You know, one is Floyd Mayweather, duck people. Yeah, what really? Yeah, really. It's good you want that to be, so people believe that. Here's another one that just kind of bothers me that people just constantly just say it. Like Manny Pacquiao was an 8 division world champion, right? And I've done videos, several, every, for about twice a year, of that's not the case. I can't even find one where it's just, I really broke it down. What I'm gonna do in this one is to keep it short. Someone prove that. Prove instead of just saying it, right? Because I'm kind of sick of Max Kellerman right now. I did a video about him about a week ago. All right, and I seen another brother did, it's kind of honed in on Max Kellerman too, and he's more of a heavyweight, so that's good. People are not just let Max get away with things. We kind of want to love Max, but he's going off the rails when he's talking about Floyd Mayweather not fighting people and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Mayweather fought everybody, tried to fight everybody, and if he didn't fight the person that you talking about, then he fought the person who beat the person you talking about. It's just really ridiculous. So it's really nobody out there. People, you can say follow narratives, have the Walking Dead syndrome if you want to, but that's not true. Mayweather, if you like him or loathe him, he handled his business. Now, it's Max Kellerman, for example. Don't want to give Mayweather really too much credit for beating Canelo Alvarez because it didn't happen at 154 pounds, but 152, right? But remembering Canelo wanted to fight him at 152. So he just called his bluff. That's first. Second is, if you're 23 years old, ain't no such thing as weight drained at 23 years old. Anybody that's 23 years old, let me tell you, enjoy that you can gain and lose weight how you want to, right? Get up over there 35 and stuff, that's over. And the higher you get, the older you get, the harder it is. So at 23, they ain't really weight draining somebody. And he was able to rehydrate to what he wanted to. Ain't no excuse. But Kellerman and others don't want to give him credit for that, right? Beating the hell out of Canelo. But when you're talking about Pacquiao, matter of fact, I think even Max Kellerman says Pacquiao's legacy is better. And the reason he can say that, because having about 7 or 8 losses now, about 8 losses, right? And being knocked out on several occasions, to say he's better than Floyd Mayweather is blasphemous, because they met, Floyd beat him pretty easily. And then when they should have fought earlier, what people keep, just leave out. Well, Floyd waited until he got beat by Marquez. Just ridiculous stuff like that. No, he didn't. He asked you to fight in 2009 or something. And you didn't want to fight because you was doped, right? Just take a dope test. That's all you had to do and get 40 million. Shut the hell up. That's Pacquiao's fault. So there ain't no other argument to that. There's none. Either if you wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather, you could have did in 2009. When you fought, you lost, and you got 8 losses more than he has. People got to pick something like, oh man, he lost to your boy here, Castillo. He lost to Castillo. Man, it was a close fight. Dude can't have close fights from 50. Give him a close fight. Because how many did Pacquiao have? If we're going to count, Pacquiao lost 8 times officially. And at least 2 or 3 other ones with Marquez, or definitely, him and Marquez were closer than Castillo and Floyd. Can Floyd have one of those when Pacquiao has about 3 or 4 of them? So shut the hell up. He ain't lost neither. He just a close fight with Castillo, and he had one arm in that one. You know what I'm saying? Really. So, okay, whatever. Now, Pacquiao, 8 division champion. Prove it. I'm going to tell you before you get disappointed. Here's what you're going to run into. You're going to run into this. Do you count IBO, IBA? Right? Do you count those? If you don't, then he ain't gonna be a champion, right? Do you count catch weights? We just saw Max Kellerman doesn't. So those are the reasons why I'm telling you Pacquiao is a 5 or 6 division champion, which is still awesome. But if we're just giving them 8 just to give it to them, that's not right. And it's not good for the people who didn't have junior middleweights, juniors, and what do you got? Juniors and super, right? That wasn't there 30, 40, 50 years ago, right? They didn't have juniors and supers. So if you're going to have juniors and supers, do we have to even, talk about that stuff? Junior and super. If you got that, then that means that you should make the whole weight to get credit for that. And Manny Pacquiao just simply didn't. Go through it yourself. Don't get disappointed at me for putting it out there, right? Because I'm just going to. A 6 division champion, we can deal with that, right? But he's not 8, because 8 regular champions don't count. IBO, IBA doesn't count. Just the 4 major sanctioned bodies: WBA, WBC, WBO, which came out later, and IBF. Those are the 4. Those other ones don't count. If you count it like that and don't give catch weights, holler back at your boy and tell me how many divisions you got. It won't be 8. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.